In a brand new fresh rack, let's right click and create a combinator. And ta-da! Absolutely nothing happens. You can see that we have note ons up here, but nothing's happening because nothing is inside the combinator. I'll drag over the tool window here and let's drop a subtractor inside the combinator. Cool, we now have a bass guitar sound here. Let's swing the rack around and see what's happening. We have kind of like a device inside a device. The out of the subtractor goes into the combinator input called from devices, and then the output of the combinator goes up here into the mixer. So the combinator is kind of like a mother device in which you place other devices. Drop in a few instruments within a combinator and you can stack sounds on top of each other. However, as you add more and more instruments, you'll need a mixer, right, to blend all their outputs together. And for that, let's look at another mixer that's within reason that up until now we've been ignoring. In an empty combinator, let's drag over the tool window, and with all of these guys checked, you can pretty much see it right down the bottom here. The line mixer will drop that into the combinator. And then below that mixer, let's drop in a subtractor, which is automatically being connected and also named. And then below that, let's bring in an NNXT. Actually, let's scroll down a little bit here, NNXT, and then we'll drop a Thor. So check out what's happened. If we move up here, you can see all three of these devices have been placed in this line mixer within this combinator. And if we swing the rack around, we can see all of those connections that have been made. Check it out. Here we go. We have our subtractor in the first one. NNXT goes into the second guys. And then the third channel is being fed by the Thor. Then the output of this line mixer goes into from my devices in the combinator, and then the combinator goes back up here. We swing this around and we were to play a note on the keyboard. We'll actually play all three devices and we can adjust the level of each of them right from here in this little submixer. So you can see how the combinator is really a device that holds other devices inside it and allowing you to play more than one sound at a time. Pretty cool if you really want to play the sound of three patches playing at once. But let's explore how to massage these three elements so that we can have kind of a better result. Let's return these levels back up to where they were. In fact, just control click them and they'll go back to exactly where they were. And what we can do using our little arrow that we've grown to love, we can collapse this entire combinator down just to a little half rack space. Let's open it back up again and click on Show Programmer. You can see that we have 4 devices in our combinator, a line mixer, and then our 3 instruments that are currently being played right across the keyboard. But you know what? Each of these guys here can have key ranges, and we can set them much like we did back in the NNXT. So for example, the subtractor here, let's crop down its top note so that it only plays on the first octave, and then we'll grab the NNXT and we'll drag that up so that it plays from C2 and above, and do the same thing with Thor. Okay, so now we just have the subtractor here, and then have the NNXT and Thor down here. And actually, let me bring up a better sound in Thor. Female choir should be good. Okay, that should kind of give us a better. Okay, so we have piano and choir on our right-hand side and bass on our left-hand side. Now, let's imagine that we only wanted the choir to play when we hit really hard on the keyboard. With our Thor selected here, let's select a low velocity of 100, or 101 here. So what that means is that we'll have the bass on my left hand, on the right hand we'll have a piano, but if we hit hard, choir comes in only if I play above this key and with the velocity harder of 101.